What's happening, boys and girls? I'm down here in Breezewood, Pennsylvania. This is going to be your Wednesday video. Wednesday the 20th, 5 days to Christmas. Just wanted to throw a little tidbit of information from an experience I had back when I was working at JB Hunt. It's not something you normally would check on a pre-trip, but since I had this happen to me, it's a good idea to check to make sure these items are in place. So without further ado, I'm going to jump out of the truck here and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Alright, now if you guys work for a company that does a lot of dropping hooks, when you're picking up a new trailer and you got to adjust your tandems, this is something you should check every time you pick up a new trailer. I picked up a trailer and I went to slide the tandems and I slid them right off the rails, and I'll show you why. Alright, on the front and back of your tandem slides, there should be these pins right here, or there should be a full bar going all the way across. Now I pull Great Dane trailers, but you can see these are stop pins. This prevents the tandems from going too far back or too far forward. And you can also see one right over here too. Want to make sure those are in place. When I was with JB Hunt, I went to adjust these tandems forward. And when I did, these stop pins, it's right there, wasn't in place. Now I was hauling a Wabash trailer. Wabash trailers, they got a solid bar that goes all the way through from that pin to this one over here. Now this here is welded all the way around. That's a good design. But Wabash trailers, they got a bar that goes all the way through, and they just have a metal tab welded on kind of like this, and then the bar sits there and it floats. The issue I had with that is I went to slide my tandems all the way back because I was at the customer and they required us to put the tandems all the way to the back. When I did, I busted some kind of airline or something under the back of the trailer. So what I did is I just wanted to push the trailer backwards because I was half blocking the dock. Well, when I pushed it backwards, those pins under there, or the metal rod that goes across, was missing. It wasn't there. So when I went backwards with it, I was waiting for it to go bump, and before I know it, that's where my wheels ended up, right where the middle light is on the trailer. Well, needless to say, with JB Hunt, that was a big fucking deal, because they had to send a wrecker out and everything else. They deemed it not my fault because the equipment was missing a critical part. But anytime that you do your pre-trip, especially if you're pulling a Wabash trailer, make sure that that bar is all the way across the front and back of your tandem slides. That bar prevents them tandems from going too far back or too far forward. So like I said, that's not a typical item that you would normally check when you're doing your pre-trip. But with my experience, I did my pre-trip that morning, everything checked out, and then that happened. So, the safety people there at JB Hunt, they questioned my pre-trip. I'm like, look, I don't get under the truck and make sure that there's a bar that's supposed to be going across those slide rails. You can bet your ass, though, from that day on, every time I do a dropping hook, first thing I'm looking for, along with my regular pre-trip, is to make sure that bar is all the way across there, or those stop pegs. Great Dane trailers, they weld those pegs in place. They're not going anywhere. But some of the old crappy ass Wabash trailers that JB Hunt has, it's got a bar that goes all the way across, and then the bar goes through the hole, and it's got a little metal tab welded on the end of it. Well, what happens is, driving through the snow, sleet, and rain, and all that other stuff, the little welds, they put that little tab on, rust out, and tab falls off. Guess what happens to the bar? It falls out of that hole, drops to the ground. And this trailer was missing that bar, so when I went to push the trailer backwards, yeah, by the time I realized it, my freaking tandems were in the middle of the fucking trailer. So, you don't want that to happen to you. I mean, it's embarrassing as fuck, when you got to call the company up and say, yeah, my trailer wheels are in the middle of the trailer, and you're afraid to even disconnect the trailer from the tractor because you're afraid the trailer is going to go like this. So just food for thought when you do your pre-trip. Make sure that those bars or metal tabs is in place. That way you make sure that your tandems won't go too far back or too far forward. So with that, that's pretty much all I had. It's 5 days to Christmas. I hope y'all are making it home for Christmas. And those that aren't, you know, I really hope you're getting the miles and making that money. And I believe we're up to 64 members on this group. I appreciate each and every one of you. Without trucks, America stops, flat out. So, like I said, you know, I appreciate everybody that's on this group. And feel free to post your own videos, your own thoughts and comments. Let's keep this page active, brothers. So, with that being said, this is Trucker Dave, and I will catch you later. Look for me to do a video on Friday. So you guys have a super good day, and keep the shiny side up, rubber side down. Trucker Dave, and I'm back quiet.